Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon everyone. Today we're going to be working on the electron configuration of nitrogen atom. The first thing you have to know anytime you're given an electron configuration question is that you need to determine the number of electrons. Now, in order for us to determine the number of electrons, we have to remember that nitrogen is an atom. So we have this quote here that says, for atoms, the number of protons of an atom is basically equal to the number of electrons. So for example, if the number of protons of an atom is 50, then the number of electrons has to be 50. Now, now that we've known that, we also have to remember that the atomic number of an atom equals the number of protons. So that what that is telling me is that if the atomic number of an atom is 17, then the number of protons is 17. But since number of protons and number of electrons are literally the same for an atom, that means we're going to have the exact same answer for all three. So we know the atomic number of nitrogen is 7, the number of protons for nitrogen is 7, and the number of electrons for nitrogen is 7. Hence, number of we have successfully determined the number of nitrogen electrons to be 7. Now that we've done that, the next thing we have to do is to work with the energy orbital diagram, which we have here on the left. Now, the energy orbital diagram has orbitals that are written here in form of boxes. So 1s orbital, 2s orbital, 2p orbitals, because there are three of them. Each one of these orbitals, I'm writing them as boxes. They show an energy level. So we have to plug in the number of electrons in each one of these orbital, two per box, from the lowest energy level 1s up until you use all of the 7 up. So let's start. I'll start with 1 electron, 2 electrons, so only 2 electrons per orbital, 2 electrons per boxes. Then you have 3, you have 4, you have 5, you have 6, you have 7. Now we've successfully filled each one, but one thing I need you guys to know is this. So for the p orbitals, we've got 3 boxes. So what you're supposed to do anytime you have the same level for multiple orbitals is that you have to fill each one of the orbitals or each one of the boxes first before you can pair electrons, because since electrons are negatively charged, we cannot put two of them in an orbital if there is free space to add other ones, because it's going to cause something called energy destabilization, because electrons are negatively charged and like terms repel each other. So electron and electron, they're going to keep repelling each other until they fill up each one of the orbitals, and then they can now go on to pair up. But we don't have to pair up here because we've used all 7 of our electrons. Now that we've gotten all of this, we're just going to write it. The electron configuration here, we have 1s2, we have 2s2, and then we have 2p3. So the electron configuration of nitrogen equals 1s2, 2s2, and 2p3. And we have this to be the answer for the electron configuration of nitrogen. We wrote the electron configuration in the right order from the lowest energy orbital to wherever we use it up, and we made sure that we filled all 7 of our electrons. And here we have the right answer. If you really like this video, make sure you watch the next one, which is the electron configuration of oxygen. I wish you guys all the very best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.